Okay, I've got all my side squares done, and I'm ready to do the corner squares. I finished in this corner, so this is what I'm going to do first. So what you want to do is do just like you did before. You can decide which one you want to do. You can go this direction or this direction. Really doesn't matter because you can only go one direction. So what I'm going to do is find the corner. I'm going to go ahead and go into the same stitch that I did. Well, no, not the same one, but to the side, but the one I used earlier for getting this one. Oops, I'm on the wrong side. Need to have it facing the right way. Okay, that's my middle stitch. Okay, we're going to do exactly what we did before. Going through your middle block first and then your granny square. Doing a single crochet attachment. Folding it. Oh, I should say lining them up like you did before. And you're just going to single crochet, checking every few stitches or so, making sure that it's straight, that you're even. The reason why I like this single crochet attachment, two reasons. One, it leaves a nice little texture, kind of like borders your stuff, which is kind of cool looking. The other reason I like it is because it does not come loose very easily. It's a strong blanket, strong connection. So just keep on till you get to the end. And then you will be doing this the same way for all of your connections from here on out. Remember, you're still going to have to add, like I'm doing now, a corner piece, but you're going to add it the same way each time. Okay, I'm going to get one end to the other end. My single crochet like this. My scissors. And I'm going to do a chain one. Cut my yarn, leaving myself just a bit of tail that I can work in later. I want it long enough so that you can either work over it with a tapestry needle. Use a tapestry needle or work over it when you single crochet. So then you'll want to attach your single crochet, your yarn, and then do it this way as well. And again, I recommend when you're making your slip knot now that you're going to have to make slip knots, leaving yourself a bit of tail before starting your slip knot. So that way you can use a tapestry needle to sew it in later on. And you just keep working your way down. Go to your next one. It doesn't matter which way you're working. Around which circle you're working. Just going to go in through one, then go in through the other. You're going to be doing a single crochet attachment, just like this. And either you can work over your tail, which is an option, or you can use a tapestry needle. I want to make sure that that my tails get hidden well, so I'm just going to go back through when I'm done and hide all my tails with a tapestry needle. But it's entirely up to you. And then when you get to the end of this granny, you do the same thing. Get to the end corner, chain one, cut your yarn, leaving yourself a bit of tail to be worked in. And just continue to do this all the way around. Like this one here, I'm finishing my corner. And then, you do them all the way around, and then when you get, just remember when you get to your corner piece that you actually get a corner and fill it in into that corner. And that's it. Continue all the way around, connecting on your grannies. Okay, I got all of my granny squares sewn on, and I hid all my tails and went through and made sure that all my little tails on this was all hidden. And now I'm ready to make my border. Now this blanket, this baby blanket, is big enough that you don't really need so much of a many rows border or thick border. But it's up to you. I try to make my baby blankets where they will fit the baby the whole time they're in the crib. So up to 2 years, 2.5 years, something like that, depending on when you buy the bed or you're ready to have your baby get out of the crib. Because I have my own kids and I know how difficult it is to try to introduce a new blanket to them. So I try to just get one blanket and have it for the whole time they're there. So that's why it's so big. So just keep this in mind when you're looking at it, and you may think, "Whoa, it's so big!" And that's why I make all my baby blankets big like this. Okay, so once you have all your granny squares attached to the center and everything, again, because they're going to be using it for so long, I don't think they're going to need some huge border or ruffle border or something like that. I think just a simple border will be sufficient just to make it look nice and even it out. Okay, so when you were doing these granny squares, how in the corner you have the butterfly stitch, and when you were doing your single crochet row on a corner only, you put 2 single crochets here and 2 single crochets here. Well, in between is the corner. You want to put 3 single crochets in each corner of this border. So I'm going to do a single crochet attachment right here in the corner, and then I'm going to put 2 more single crochets into this same space. Now from here I'm going to just do 1 single crochet in each stitch. I'm working over my tail here. And I'm going to do this until I get to the end of my square. I did try to sew my squares on as evenly as I can, but I can already see I have a few that aren't as flat as I would have liked. But when you come to a crease, you come to your first crease where you've done your sewing, you'll have a stitch before and a stitch after. So there's your crease. You have a stitch here and a stitch after. What I do is I do a half double crochet on this side and a half double crochet in the stitch on the other side. And it will help to even out this section. And if you need to skip one, skip a stitch up here or add an extra half double crochet to try to even it out, then go for it. I can't tell you the count that you'll need total for this row because everybody does their attachments in different places where they think their corner was. So as long as it looks even, it looks good, then you're good. Now I'll come to my corner again, my 2 single crochets and my 2 single crochets. I'm just going to put 3 single crochets in that corner slot and then just continue around doing exactly the same as you were doing all the way around the blanket, always putting 3 single crochets in the very corner. And when you get to the end of your row back up here again, you slip stitch. And then I would recommend in this middle slot here, I would recommend doing 1 more round, attaching a different color. I think I'm going to use my variegated that I was using here. Attaching 1 more color to the corner, do a single crochet attachment, and then again you can do 3 single crochets in this corner Okay, I've decided for my last row I'm going to use my darkest color, and also the little spaces in between where we did half double crochets, it's left a little space where we have the place sewn here. So what I decided is to do a double crochet into that space. So what I did is single crochet into my half double crochet here, and then instead of just single crocheting into the next stitch here, single crocheting, I'm just going to go down. See, there's a little stitch. I know it's hard to see, easier to see in your own project, where I'm going to put a double crochet, and then just move on to this one here. So you're just putting a double crochet here in front of the, usually behind it, you would be doing a single crochet. So essentially you're kind of skipping over this stitch and just putting a double crochet in front of it. And it will cover up that space hole, and it will also add a nice little look. But that's it. That has been the tutorial to show you how to make this puff flower, heart, and heart granny square baby blanket. I hope that you liked this tutorial, and if you have, please don't forget to like and share this video, and please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.